Hi guys, went to London yesterday. I've got that much to cover. I'm just going to do a series of no edit videos. Now I say no edits, I have to put this picture up, which means the picture isn't there, which means I have to edit the fucking thing. However, nothing else is going to be edited. I'm just going to waffle on, try and get this out to you as succinctly as possible. And if you don't like it, I don't care. Now, went to 4 or 5 Rolex ADs on a secret mission yesterday. A fact-finding mission, okay? By complete accident, we are walking out of Selfridges and there's another Rolex shop and we were just in Rolex. And I'm going, this doesn't make any sense. There's another Rolex shop in Rolex. So we goes in and it's all pre-owned, right? But reasonably priced pre-owned. Now, I know it's more than MSRP, okay? And there was some real stonkers in this separate Rolex shop. There was a Hulk for £24,000, right? You can buy a Hulk for 14 grand now, and you can spend 3 grand at Rolex and have it serviced, so you're into it for 18. So obviously this Hulk is ridiculously priced through the pre-owned scheme. We found out that this separate section was their pre-owned section. Same company, just they split the two. And I found watches in there, pre-owned, serviced by Rolex, with all the paperwork. Now I want to tell you this, and this is where people are getting it wrong. They don't throw nothing away. If a Rolex goes to them with box and papers and everything, when they sell it certified pre-owned, you get everything. This is what they've told me. I asked them this. You get everything that the watch came with, plus their bump and the 2-year warranty. Now, there was 2 watches there I would have bought if I wasn't watch broke. Okay, no regrets, but they had 2 watches I would have bought, right, that were reasonably priced. And I said to him, oh my God, I genuinely said, what's going on here? These are reasonably priced watches. They're reasonably priced pre-owned Rolex watches from the pre-owned scheme, which is the opposite to what everybody's saying. Everybody's telling you the opposite to this, and I found out the reason why, and this is why this deserves its own video. The prices that this Bukhara, I never say it right, Bukhara, sells the watches for are based on what they buy them for. This is really critical here. So they don't look at the market prices. They just, when they buy it, at that point they look at the market price, and whatever the market price is for that watch at the time, they then add all their costs, their margins, whatever, and then that translates into the cost of the watch. Does that make sense? Okay? And I have to look at this, but you're going to see it up there. So that's, and I asked permission to this. I said to them, I have a small YouTube channel. Can I video this? I did you a screenshot, okay? Can I video this because this will allow me to explain that people have got the pre-owned wrong, okay? There's 2 watches in this picture. On the one on your left, it clearly says 10,500, which means they're on crack, aren't they? They want £10,500, right, for a 36mm Explorer, okay? A reference 14270, and they want that for a 1999 watch. So they're on crack, aren't they? But this is why I took the picture. Right next to it is a better Explorer, right? The 14270. Do you see that? And it's 7,500. That's still expensive. But is it? You get the full set. You get a Rolex service watch. So basically a new watch with all the box and papers from the original purchase and the new service paperwork for 7.5 grand. Now I know it's an Explorer, right? 36mm, but I'm using these 2 watches to show you evidence, not bullshit, evidence of what they're explaining to me, because they had a Coke in there. Oh my God, they had a Coke. Now, okay, it was 14 grand, right? But it was a Rolex service Coke, right? And that's quite reasonable for a Rolex service Coke full set. And they had an Explorer in there. Now, I don't know whether I should show you this picture of the Explorer, because some people are going to say that's still overpriced, right? But they had a white dial. I'm going to have to put this bloody picture up, right? They had a white dial Explorer in 1998 for 8,400, right? Now, there's a shop that I know selling their shitty one, not properly serviced, for the same price. I would rather have this one from Rolex, thank you very much. I know it's way overpriced still, but it's still a lot less than you would expect from Rolex. So, if I can impart one bit of information about the pre-owned scheme that nobody has figured out, maybe, is Rolex will buy them in, Rolex will do what they need to do, and Rolex will add their margin, and Rolex will sell them out. Their buy price equals their sales price plus plus plus. If they're buying high, they're selling high. If they're buying low, they're selling lower. So with the markets coming down, 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 the watch market is dead. Juan, you're such a knob. It's going to translate, isn't it? That Explorer is a perfect example. £3,000. I've forgotten this. Let me just try and find it. I do apologise. Yeah, 3 grand less for a better watch. Now, the guy said something else, and I'm not going to get anybody in trouble. I've got to be careful what I said here, but he basically said, when the second one came in, he said, his boss, that was it, his boss said to him, do you know what, I think I got the story wrong. One of these two people said, let's not put the watch out, let's not confuse people, let's not show that for 3 grand less you get a better watch. And then within the conversation they had, they said, no, put it out there so that the person buying the cheaper one knows they got a great deal. Which is logic, isn't it? It makes sense. And that's why the watch is there. It's not there to confuse people. It's not there for trickery. It's just there so maybe somebody gets a good deal. And I don't work for Selfridges, but because of this visit, if I get X amount of money together, and the market keeps going down, I'm going to seriously look at buying a pre-owned Rolex watch from an authorized dealer. Now, I'm going to mention them again. I've got to get me notes. I've not notes. Right, oh, here it is. I've got it. Preston's of Cheshire, Wimslow, has loads of pre-owned watches. And the next time I go there, I'm going to have another look, because within their shelves there might be a bargain as well. Because if they're buying lower, they're going to be selling lower. So the message to anybody who's thinking of buying a pre-owned luxury wristwatch and who've already got it in their head that the Rolex scheme, because all the YouTubers are telling you it's crap, aren't they? They're telling you it's ridiculous. It's getting lower, and it will keep getting lower. And I predict that the pre-owned market's going to keep going down and down and down. It is. Not the AD market. That's a different story. I'm going to cover that next. That keeps going down, down, down. So the pre-owned price is going to keep going down, down, down. And one last thing about pre-owned. This is quite relevant. I would hate to buy a fake. I would hate to spend 8 grand on a fake Rolex, wouldn't you? I'd rather spend 9 on a real Rolex from a Rolex authorized dealer. So I'd rather spend more to make sure I didn't get done. There are that many fakes out there. It's not worth the risk, guys. So if you can get a watch from an authorized dealer, or you can get a watch from Rolex pre-owned. That's what I strongly recommend you do. Okay, right, now I'm going to cut this video and I'm going to do another video, and it's going to be very similar, so please don't get me in the comments about you putting out the same old stuff, because I don't care.